What's up, everyone? This is Rayuka here, and today I'll be giving my thoughts and impressions of the Cold Vein Network Test Edition, or Network Test, or Online Beta, or Beta, however one may view it as. So, before going any further, if you're new to the channel, of course, feel free to check out the content, and if you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button. It is greatly appreciated. Now, on to giving my thoughts and impressions. So, the first thing I want to talk about is character creation. And to me, character creation in the Cold Vein Network test really stood out. Um, there's a lot to go through with character creation. I mean, you can wind up staying there for a while just creating a character. Rather, if you pick male or female, there's still quite a bit to customize. And when you're customizing, you can pretty much change the color scheme on the clothing, add little details here and there, bunch of different hair design. You can change the eyes, the lips. You can add scars to the character, battle scars. There's quite a bit you could do in character creation, and it stands out in Cold Vein, and it's quite impressive. And then moving forward, you also have the story to give you a taste of the story, which is another good thing, because I was hoping that Cold Vein wasn't just this you kind of customize your character and run through the world and not really know what's going on and piece together things. Instead, they actually give you a story, and just me simplifying it, everything is just gone to chaos for what it seems like a Cold Vein, and your character is trying to survive in this world that's just looking like it's falling apart. Meanwhile, there's other characters in that world that are trying to survive, and it's a story that's unfolding. And they give you a taste of that story, but there's really not much you can walk away with outside of having your first boss fight and knowing that you're going to see the memories of these bosses, which is pretty interesting. And I like that, because it's not like you're just fighting some random beast or monster and you're not knowing what the hell it is or what led it to be that way. You're actually seeing that there was something more to that, and I'm curious to see how much they're going to explore that. Besides that, you get their weapons. Of course, after you beat the boss, you get the weapon, and then there's dungeons. The dungeons are pretty high level, and you're probably gonna have to do some grinding to obviously get better and better gear and whatnot to obviously beat the boss in that dungeon. But outside of beating the boss itself, another interesting thing is there is another piece of clothing that is a jacket that you get. I should have mentioned that before, but you get this jacket that has its own weapon and is also a other important part of the combat in the game. You know, you could some of these jackets you could counter. I'm pretty sure all of them have some sort of special counter, and they have their own special attacks and all that, and it's pretty unique. It definitely is. Outside of that, there's also an upgrading system. I will call them classes, the things you pick. You know, these subclasses or whatever you want to call it. But there's one focused on close range combat. The other one's focused on if you're using the rifle and you want to stay distant. I mean, each one has their pros and cons. It kind of depends what you want to main. And that's another thing is that you got axes, you got hammers, you got rifle-like weapons, and then the big old sword. There's quite a bit here. And yeah, that's just pretty much it. You beat the dungeon, you get a sense of relief and accomplishment, and that's it. But there's more. The network test itself. So if you're playing with a friend, most likely they're gonna join your game pretty quickly. At least my time, playing the network test, it was pretty straightforward. If I had to compare it to, let's say, Bloodborne, which was from Software, when you rang that bell, for those who play Bloodborne, you know what I'm talking about. If you rang that bell, ring a ding ding, you know that, at least from my experience anyway, it takes forever sometimes for your friend or to show up. Those days playing Bloodborne. But in here in Covain, it's pretty quick. It's just a couple seconds or maybe a minute, and the person, or a minute or so, and the person eventually will, your friend or a random person will show up, and you're going at it. You're going through the dungeon, and yeah, that's about it. You're both reaping the rewards. When it comes to difficulty, it's Soul-like. It is, but it's not impossible either. I feel that is balanced. Sort of. I mean, given when you get to certain bosses or just certain enemies, you can get destroyed. It happens. Oh man, there's enemies that just they show no mercy, especially if you're a low level and you're in a dungeon that's a higher level. You're gonna die a couple times and then come back and get better gear, level up and all that, and be good. And that's another thing I almost forgot to mention is the leveling up. What I like about it so far in this network test is that it's just a level up. You're not going through every stat and altering it. I hope that doesn't change, but at the same time, it's a network test. Anything could change by the time Covain actually releases. But I thought, and I feel that making it that's simplistic. It's actually not bad. Just go level up when you get enough experience or haze or whatever, and that's it. And you just kind of just keep going from there. Overall, the Covain network test was pretty solid. Yeah, it had some hiccups. There were some enemies that froze up and whatever, but it was pretty solid and fun. Definitely was. Anyways, that's the end of my thoughts and impressions. If you are new to this channel, check out the content, and if you like what you see here, of course, hit that subscribe button. It would be greatly appreciated. Also, drop a like if you like what you've seen here, of course. And as always, this is Rayuka here saying thanks for watching. And until next time, everyone, sayonara.